So it looks like we got these 3 side
Is
quests to
that the
do.
thing Tomes helped to build?
Which one do we do? What's this about? Weird science. Not like a movie.
Must be quite a fireplace.
Is that another side quest?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Man, they sure are giving us a lot of side quests now. Where is it, though? Is that it? Are you on the hunt for the Bomb King? If so, I have a billet that might interest you. Bomb King B. Yeah, I don't think that's it. Is it? Hunt aboard, weird science. Why is it called weird science? Do I have other side quests that I just can't see? Oh, I do. Oh, that's actually a side quest. Okay. Well, let's go do the other ones first. How do I switch priority? It's been a couple weeks. That's one way to do it. That one should be the easiest one to do, I think. No, I guess not. Do they all show up on the map? I guess they do. Yeah. I thought Martha and Isabella would be at the. Oh, we can't even go anywhere. Oh, it seems we can't do
We
anything.
need to find a way into Drake's tail. And we will. Together this time.
I guess we're gonna have to hold off on those. Can we just like teleport there? I guess we can. Latany's Cleft. Narrow pass through otherwise impassable mountains, thought to have been torn from a rock by the very gods themselves. Was this where Titan went crazy? Let's see. It looks like it. Same kind of scenery. Eastern Dalmekia. At least we're not alone this time. Apart from Torgal. I guess we still don't know 100% what he is. Have maybe a slight idea. Onward. Wonder if we can teleport to other places now. It's interesting that you can teleport to other places now. Wonder why it wouldn't let us do that before.
How are you feeling?
Better. Thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it.
And talk
Oh.
will help too. Didn't you, boy?
Seems like there's a side quest here too. Or it's something different, but let's just continue on with our side quest now that we can teleport. They shouldn't take that long. Maybe the bomb one might take more time. But this payback is easy.
There's talk that the Glassgate flood has
Oh, that's right. I forgot there's no sprint in this game. At least no button for it.
Did you hear? The gates to heaven call.
Oh, I guess there's no sprinting in the town, period.
What am I gonna do without Sweetwater and Olive Talc?
Aren't these star rubies worth like a ton of money? It's been a while. It's
Milady,
been a couple weeks since I played this game.
Gifts.
Gifts? Whatever is the occasion.
I'm paying off our debts, apparently. One of 3 brilliant gemstones acquired and set aside by Sid for a rainy day. Otto now deems that day to have arrived and wishes to use the rubies to pay off 3 outstanding debts to Lady Sharon, Martha of Martha's Rest, and Isabella of the Vale. Oh, I guess he took care of the 3rd one, because he only gave us 2.
Oh my.
Clive, you really have outdone yourself.
Otto asked me to give it to you. To settle the Hideaway's debt with the Veil. And to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally be warming to me.
Wasn't that thing worth like $500,000?
Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing, nor does the Hideaway. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could do.
You once told me Sid did you a kindness.
Well, you can take it on my
To do the
behalf.
same. Please, accept it.
Perfect.
For my sake. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather fetching, isn't it?
I wish we could see what it looked like.
Very well. Otto is lucky to have you, Clive. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the Hideaway are the closest thing he has to family.
Otto had a son.
I didn't know that either.
Long ago, yes. Sid told me Otto lost him when he was just a boy.
For a second, I thought I
and
just
blamed
forgot.
himself for not being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened, whether there was anything he could have done. But it was clear that it weighed heavily on him.
I didn't know.
How could you have? I doubt anyone did. Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
I'm beginning to see that.
Yo, Cat. Welcome to the stream. Oh, you got an Xbox last week. Nice. Did you get any games with it, or did you just get a Game Pass right away? I imagine you got Game Pass regardless. It's probably like the best thing you can get for it. Okay, so let's move on to... I guess we might as well finish off number 1 and do 3 at the same time. And then we can do the second one. Then maybe head back to the Hideaway. And do the bomb quest. Or the hunt. Let's see if she's going to accept it. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, you got Game Pass. It probably comes with Game Pass free, right? I imagine. Yeah, I imagine they have like a deal when you get a new Xbox.
Clive, we weren't expecting you.
I wasn't expecting to be here. But it seems we still owe you a considerable amount of coin for your help with our rebuilding efforts. And though I doubt it's what you were expecting, we were hoping you'd take this as payment.
Oh, I guess that's kind of a picture. I mean, it's like a picture of what the Star Ruby is. I would like to see it in game, though, but probably not going to happen. I guess it's just like a ruby in the shape of a star, maybe.
Ruby? I can't accept this. It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the right buyer.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow from me again. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about this? I'd have expected Otto. Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to death again.
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only reason the Hideaway's still standing.
Same as always, eh? Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, word is he was the first one Sid reached out to. Probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea would never get off the ground. Sid may have been the face of the Hideaway, but Otto's always been the backbone. And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it. That Otto would just give up.
His death was hard on everyone. But it must have hit Otto hardest of all.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who nominated you as Sid's replacement and rallied the rest around you. I reckon what he saw in Sid, he saw in you too. And don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome, neither. That, and you keep good company.
I suppose I do.
You know, she has a point.
Go
We're pretty much the leader of the hideout. Why the hell
Still
is
with us?
Otto sending us here? We're playing Lies of P on Game Pass. I heard good things about that game.
Stay sharp.
If there just weren't so many games I want to play, I'd probably try it at some point. I mean, we always could try it, but I don't know if it would be anytime soon. Looks like this is the way to go. I like the PS5 controller more than the Xbox controller. Yeah, they did a really good job with the PS5 controller. I can't speak for the Xbox controller, because I never owned one. People really liked it, and judging from what it looked like, it was probably a better controller than the PS4. But I'm definitely liking the PS5 controller.
Time to fight.
I mean, I only have like 2 controllers. I have I guess if you don't count the Joy-Cons on the Switch. Just the Pro controller for the Switch and the PS5 controller.
Well, it's certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem
Okay,
like
so
a
let's see how
surprise.
easy it is for us to get back into fighting. I mean, it's kind of just mash. Oh, we're gonna kill the Elder too.
I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal?
Okay, it's not too bad. And thankfully, it's an easy. Wait, am I killing the wrong thing here? Oh no, I gotta kill all these guys. Not enough to kill one. We gotta massacre them. Wait, is Jill with us? I think that was her. Oh, that's new. I think I might have upgraded it the last time I played this game, but I never used it. 'Cause that definitely looks different. It doesn't feel good for competitive games like Rainbow Six. Another thing I can't compare since I always play single player games.
Will it be enough, I wonder?
RPG logic. Let's kill 20 deers
answers
for
my
one
question.
one bone.
Which means we owe the lawsmen our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy. You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back. Come on, boy.
Yeah, okay, let's see if we can teleport back. Actually, we don't need to. Yeah, we gotta go to the hideaway. Oh yeah, so let's go to the hideaway. Turn in those 2 side quests. Or actually, no, let's do this one. I'm sure once we're done with this one, we're gonna have to go back to the inn anyways. Might as well take care of all 3 of them before we go back.
People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
They're saying Drake's Fang is gone. The whole Mother Crystal gone. What are we gonna do?
Am I in the right place? Right, it's one of these. For some reason, it's super hard to find people in this town.
My reputation will be ruined. Ruined!
Calm yourself.
popular
little
room in the
Jack,
inn.
I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
Pardon the intrusion, but
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me be!
Please, allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests arriving unannounced.
Radim! Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?
You feel like the PS controller is all around better? Oh yeah, Xbox would not be doing
sorry
well
if I've
without
caused
Game
you any
Pass.
trouble.
That? No. That's just how his lordship is. Though the morning's events have left him somewhat fractious. He has been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with a considerable amount of coin. Coin the innkeeper will soon be keen to collect.
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen items. A single-edged sword. It was purchased from a merchant friend of mine.
Ah, you know Lady Karen. Yes, I'm afraid it was.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage. But I have one condition.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to anything that is within my power to grant.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough. Then I'll be on my way.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse. Of course, you shall have your audience.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went.
I did not, no. Though some discreet inquiries made on his lordship's behalf mean that I know where you might find them. The bandit's bed. Every ill-gotten coin in Dalimil is said to pass through that disreputable corner of the Valcroy.
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence, and arrange for an audience upon your triumphant return.
That will be very kind of you.
Farewell, and best of luck.
I mean, they're obviously doing better with Game Pass, but I guess if they didn't spend all that energy into Game Pass and getting that working and all that money and all that stuff, then I would assume they'd probably be focusing on something else. So they wouldn't be as bad with their, exclusive games as they are now. But who knows how much better they'd be.
Good girl.
Oh man, you're downloading Dead Space now? Be careful, you're going to turn that thing into, I don't know the term, but like, when you have too many options to choose from, you have a hard time choosing anything. Kind of like those people that just like, they have like Netflix or something, and they're just like scrolling through Netflix for like 30 minutes, not being able to choose something to watch, and eventually you just go to bed without watching anything. I mean, I've had Game Pass for years. I don't think I've finished any game on Game Pass. I do use it to try a lot of stuff, though. And I suppose, I play for a couple hours every once in a while, get my fill. The only thing I don't like about Game Pass is the uncertainty of when things are going to, like, be removed. So, like, I never want to start a game that I know is going to be long. Like, I think I went out of my way to buy Dragon Quest XI. I knew it was a long game. And I didn't want to, like, rush it.
We've got company. Come on,
I think it was on Game Pass at one point. Oops. Probably should know how to dodge. No, circle it is. This guy is no joke, man. Can't even stun him. I mean, stagger him until his gauge is down. Damn, my timing's really off on this. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. Hopefully we can kill him pretty quick, or else this is gonna be a bad time. Oh, that's right, we still have this move. Most of the Xbox exclusives are kind of mid, other than the exclusives that come from companies like Bethesda. And they didn't even make those games, they just kind of... That's why I don't like Xbox. They always talk about, like, you know, competition's good. We like competition, and then in the meantime, they don't compete. They just buy everything. Which, I mean, I guess Sony has other avenues. Oops. Because it's Microsoft. They got all these other ventures. What is going on? I'm trying to dodge. Why is it not? Must not be using the right button to dodge. Yeah, like Nintendo could never do that, right? They could never just buy out their competition. Well, maybe they could, but not to the degree that Microsoft is doing it.
Nothing seems to be damaged.
Sony has a better shot, I guess.
Let's get it back to
And they're kind of doing it too, right? Didn't they buy Bungie recently? Only difference is you could argue that a lot of the PlayStation exclusives are pretty decent.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my effects.
Even if it's like
What
a
shall I
timed
call you,
exclusive.
Record Man?
Wyvern. Glad to make your acquaintance.
A formidable name indeed. Well, Wyvern, I appear to be in your debt. Redeem here tells me you wished for an audience. Is that all?
A few moments of your time should suffice, yes.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern. All right, speak.
Halo Infinite didn't even launch very well.
Wondering if you could tell him about a certain
I don't think it even launched with
sword you
multiplayer.
recently
It was a pretty bad
acquired.
launch.
Oh, a true work of art, that one. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that sword. It was made in the Outer Isles, far beyond the Twins, and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school of swordsmanship. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike, and hone their blades to such perfection that none ever does. Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. They crack upon a second blow. There's a brutal sort of beauty to it, really.
Hopefully they have more than
How
one.
do they hone such an edge?
Fine question. Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, then 10,000 more. But it is the final stone which lends the blade its legendary sharpness. A mineral quite foreign to this great realm of ours. And that is the key. The secret ingredient. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to services rendered. Take this, together with my regards. The very stone of which I spoke, far rarer among collectors than even the blade itself, and a far more fitting payment.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship. However, it is long past time we prepared ourselves to depart.
So it is. I am locked in bitter competition with a rival collector of curiosities. I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous scoundrel, but he is hard at my heels.
Are there many other collectors out there?
Too many to count, but only one do I consider my nemesis. Lord Byron Rosfield.
Our uncle.
Man is a perennial thorn in my side.
Let's keep our names to ourselves.
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern. May our paths cross again.
I wonder why he's calling us a
Radim, We
wyvern.
mustn't dawdle.
God of War is your favorite game, so you're always going to be on Team PS.
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Thank you again for your assistance. Coming, my lordship. I'll be right there.
I'm pretty much the same, but instead of God of War, it's Final Fantasy.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting rival. Now, let's see what Blackthorn makes of this whetstone, shall we?
But I mean, that's one reason. But I think I'm never gonna be an Xbox person. Because I mean, because they release everything on PC, and I have a PC, so it's like just a waste of money, really. So let's see. All right, looks like everything is done. That's why I wanted to do that one first, so we can just turn them in all at once, and I guess get the bomb hunt. So let's see. I guess let's start off with this one.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
We got your debt settled for you, buddy.
Boat. Still alive, I see. So Lady Karen accepted the ruby.
Ah, about that. I tried my best, but she was just too stubborn to take it. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could stick my stupid stone where the sun don't shine.
Definitely
Karen
got the harder.
refused payment.
He definitely got the harder of the
It wasn't
three.
something I said.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever. Let me see what I can do.
Oh, looks like I'm gonna have to do it.
Wonderful. I hope you have better luck than I did.
You fell in love with God of War after God of War 2018. No, I haven't even played the new ones. I played the old one, on PS2. I think I might have only played the first one.
I don't know where Sid gets the energy.
Oh, look, Torgal's always here.
Lady Karen. Goad tells me you weren't happy with our offer. Would you prefer the debt was repaid in coin?
What debt? I don't recall lending any of you lot me hard-earned gil. I may have tossed a talent or two in the Hideaway's coffers, but those were donations, and you can hardly call it charity if you go asking for it back.
Of course not. But one good turn deserves another. And our circumstances have changed. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a prince.
Oh, so you're a prince now, are you? Fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether you like it or not.
No problem here. Hopefully he can give me the money, since I'm always broke.
Where'd you even get this? A decent trader might nab 1,000 talents for a star ruby. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself and ask twice as much. Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. A fine continental maid whose beauty's only eclipsed by a guile in commerce. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to tell her that it's always a pleasure doing business.
Is it going to be Jill? No, she's not. I don't think she's talking about Jill. Although I kind of hope it is, so I can actually see what it is, what it looks like.
Delivering all 3 stones. Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what I pay you for.
Speaking of which, I still haven't been paid last month's wages.
Oh, so you remember what's owed to you then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Right away.
He's got guts.
I've seen that before.
You have, yeah. Plenty of times. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or because the filthy sod couldn't be bothered to find a clean one.
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him.
Huh. I bet they do.
How long did you know Sid before he...
Before he died? 20 summers, give or take. Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship, which is where I met him. He bought passage to... I forget where. And having nothing better to do on the long nights, we sat up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that. On account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close, promising we'd one day sail the seas again. That was before fate stepped in and said she was having none of it. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day, and there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family have...
My family were the ones who summoned the constable, wanted the monster taken away.
Ooh.
I couldn't turn my back on him. Forget what I felt, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could.
That's how it happened.
Sid was of the same mind as me. It was him who stood beside me when all I wanted was to tear the whole world down. Him who cried for me when I had no tears left of my own. Him who swore he'd do everything he could to stop it from happening again. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. His ranks, his ribbons, gone. Just like that. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else had the courage to face. I knew then I'd follow that man to the ends of the earth.
Flashback? Oh yeah, that is Sid. I haven't seen him in a while. Almost forgot what he looked like.
He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone.
That old lady's about to pass out.
Stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall.
It's nice to see Sid. It's the first time we've seen him since he died.
But I couldn't even do that.
It's crazy this is all on a side quest.
Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
Hmm? What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather goat at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
That guy's responsible for balancing the
I'm going
books.
to
He's
hold
counting
you
with
to
his
that,
fingers. Hopefully he was just teaching her how to do
Before you
something.
go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
His dirty cup.
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Can't believe how much story was in that side quest. Sid's goblet. According to Otto, Sid never once washed his goblet despite using it every day for both wine and small beer. Yeah. You don't really need to if that's all you're putting in there.